Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. Now, most of the updates and things for the channel we're putting at the end of each video so that people can skip right through it, skip right to it and hear about it, or just not watch that portion at all. But a couple things that I do want to bring up real fast, doing a couple of small changes to what we're doing here. Kind of going back to the roots, going back to the basics. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the strategies. And please email us any strategies you would like us to shoot videos on, even if it's ones we've already done in the past, over the past year and a half. I can't go through all of our videos and dredge up all of the strategies so I can remember them all. So please, please, please email them to us. And this is how I'm going to do it. Each one is going to be a series of videos. I'm going to do the initial video where I will present the strategy, go over it, analyze it, talk a little bit about the strategy, some of its strengths, some of its weaknesses. And then I will shoot another video or a series of videos. It's going to be 2 or 3 videos of how it stacks up on the statistical likelihood rolls. 15 rolls without a 7, 30 rolls without a 7, 45, and 60. How it would stack up on basically 10 minute to hour and a half long rolls. And that will be split up into 2, sometimes maybe 3 videos, depending on how long it takes. And then after that, I will shoot another video where we will do that particular strategy under some live rolls. Now, the live roll strategies, the live roll videos, those are going to be going on the patron site for our patrons. But the other 3 to 4 videos will be on our regular YouTube channel. After that, I'm going to stitch all of them together, except for the live roll, but I'll stitch all the rest of them together into one long video for our daily premiere, where everyone is able to chat with each other and amongst themselves. Hasn't quite gone the way I was hoping it would go, but one unexpected bonus to it is that I have noticed that there's been a lot of chat going on between the fans. So I'd like to continue that, keep that going. So we'll continue doing these premiere videos so that everybody can chat with each other. And I go through the chats and get ideas for videos and stuff like that, because while I'm doing these strategy series, I'm still going to have the other videos in between, plus crossfires and stuff like that when I can get Louie. Thank you, by the way, to West and I believe it was East Coast Craps for the support on today's premiere. We really, really appreciate that. It's going to be very helpful for us to continue growing the channel. And thank you also to everybody for the coffees. Very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. I am living on coffee right now. With all of that being said, sorry for how long it took, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. Okay, everybody, welcome to our video 3 of our comparison of 4 different strategies. And if you've watched the other videos, you already know what the strategies are, but I'll just give you a brief overview and move my notes back to where I can see them so I don't get them out of order. We have a power press player. We have a mid press player. We have a player that's just pressing it 1 unit at a time. And we have a player that is power pressing and then collecting. Power press, then collect. So far, through 15 rolls out of 7 and 30 rolls without a 7, the power presser is obviously far behind, but they have, as far as what's in their rail, but they have the most money on the table. The other 3 strategies, the power press, then collect, is winning by a small margin. Then the press 1 unit is actually the number 2 performer, and the mid press is the number 3 performer. But they are all very close. They've all collected in the 500s. So as numbers break the statistics during the rolls, one number rolls a couple more times than it should, while another one rolls a few less times than it should. These can change depending on the rolls and the strategy. So they're all pretty damn close. You could play any of these 3 and have a pretty similar performance all the way around. So now we're going to move on to the next 15 rolls. Now, every player started with a $100 bankroll. The reason I did that is because the power press player, both power press players have to throw money in on some of their rolls. So now we go to the next 15 rolls. So the 4 and the 10, they're in this set, are going to roll 1.5 times each. So we are going to do 2 times and 1 time. So the 4 is going to roll 2 times this time. Now, this player is up to a $250 place bet on the 4. That is a $12 vig. So they're going to throw in the $12. so they can get paid $500. Now again, they're a power presser, so they're going all the way up to $750. Now, the next time it hits, it's a $37 vig. They get paid $1,500. I don't know if you guys remember, but we were doing this with a $2,000 max bet. So this player, the power presser, is now at table max. They've collected a tiny little bit, but they're at table max. The mid presser, so 5 hits, going from a $10 for 5 hits, brought them up to a $2,000 table max. Again, most strategies, they are shooting for one number that breaks the statistical likelihood. 4 and 10 are the most popular ones as far as the hopes and dreams go for that. I have many times seen a 4 or a 10 that rolled 6 or 7 times just during a 20-minute roll. We are right now looking at a 40-minute to an hour roll, but I've many times seen these happen on a 20-minute roll. And that's what a power presser is hoping. They're hoping on a 20-minute roll, they get to table max on one number. And it certainly can't happen. But we're looking at statistical likelihoods here. So the mid-press player. The mid-press player will throw in their $2. They're going to collect 50 and press it up to 100. The second time around, they're going to throw in their $5, and they're going to collect 100 and go up to 200. Press 1 unit player. They can throw in $6, throw in $1 for the vig, and then $5 to press it up 1 unit. And there they go. Next time around, they have to throw in $2. But they press it up 1 unit. Now the power press and collect player, this is technically the 4th time that this number has hit. So it's going to pay $175 after the vig. We're assuming a $5 vig. Some places might charge $4. So they're actually going to collect. Now the next hit, actually I probably should have broken that down just so they would have a vig for next time. So the next hit, they throw in their 5. Go to 250, collect. Because that's technically hit number 5. So the odd numbered hits, basically, they're power pressing up. So now they go up to $250. So let's move on to the 5. 5 and 9 are going to roll 2 times each. So the power presser is at $350. So they're going to throw in their $200, so they get paid $500. And this is one where they're going to collect a black, and they're going to go up to $750. $750. They could go up to $850. It kind of depends. But again, we simplify the bets. That does mean an extra hit before they make it up to table max, but it keeps the bets simple and easy, so they will flow better. So that's hit number 1. Hit number 2, now $750 is going to pay $1,050. Again, keeping the bet simplified, and because they cannot make it up to table max from here, this is one where they're going to collect some. They're going to go up to $1,500. They're going to collect $300. So let's look at the mid-presser. So the mid-presser can throw in their $5 so they can get paid $75. They go to 75, collect the other 50. The second hit, that gets paid $105. They're likely going to go to 125 and stop there. Collect the rest. Press 1 unit player. So this is going to pay $42. They press it up 1 unit. They're at 35. Second hit, they can throw in $6, so they can $1 for the 50, and then $5 to press it up 1 unit. Now the power press and collect player. So this time around, it's an odd numbered hit, so they're going to power press themselves up. So they throw in the $6 in order to bring their bet up to $150. Now at $150, it's going to pay $210, and again they collect. This time they collect. So I'm going to clean these up a little bit. We move on to the 6. So the 6 and 8, the 2.5 times each, we'll do 3 and 2. And again, we'll catch it up on the next set. So the first hit for the power presser, they're going to collect the $100. They're going to bring their bet up to $1,200. The second hit on it, which is technically hit number 7, and we set a $2,000 max bet table. So they're going to collect that $200, and they're going to bring themselves up to table max, $2,400. No, that's above $2,000, but most casinos, it will go up to whichever makes sense. And if the 5 can max at $2,000, then that means the 6 can max at $2,400. They pay the same. So that's why it works out that way. So now we get to the third hit, or hit number 8. The third hit, they're already at table max. So they can throw in their $200, collect $3,000. They can't press it anymore, so they're just going to collect. Now let's look at the mid-presser. Mid-presser, this is going to pay $105. They go to $150. $150 pays $175. Do $200 for a quarter, because they're going to throw in 10 and go to $210. And then the very next hit pays $245. We'll pay $250 for 5. And they'll go to $300. Press 1 unit player. This is going to pay $49. Press up to $48. $48 pays $56. They're going to press it up to $54. And $54 pays $63. They're going to press it up to $60. So the power press and collect player. So the first hit was technically hit number 6. So they're going to collect their $175. Now the next hit would be technically hit number 7. $200 for a quarter. They'll throw in $10 and they'll collect this $125. And they go to $210. The next hit, they can throw in the 5 to get paid $250 because they're at a collect point. All right, let's clean some of this up again. That's good enough for now. So now we move on to the 8. And the 8 is going to roll 2 more times. 2 more times for the 8. Power presser collects 100. Goes to 1,200. The second hit, they collect 200. They go to 2,400. 7 hits. 7 hits of the number to go from $10 to 2,400. The other day we had a 6 that rolled 14 or 16 times, I can't remember, in a 20-minute roll. And it was crazy because nobody was actually betting. So the mid-press player, now he pays $105, they're going to go to $150, the first hit. And $150 is going to pay $175, they'll pay $200 for 10. They'll collect this and they'll go to $210. And that's the 2 hits. Press 1 unit player. It's going to pay $49. 42 pays $49. And they go to $48. $48 pays $56. They go to $54. Power press and collect. Power press and collect. So the first one is going to be hit number 6. So they're going to collect their $175. Now the next hit is going to pay, again, $175. And they go to $200. or 210, I'm sorry, not 200. They go to 210. So now we move on to the 5 and the 9, or to the 9. The 9 is going to roll twice, 2 times. So they are at 350. So they throw in the $10 to bring the bet up to 750 and collect the 100. The next time around, pays 1,050. Pay 1,100 for 50. They're going to go to 1,500 and collect. The bid press player can throw in 5, so they get 75. They go up to 75. Then it pays 105. They go up to 125. Press 1 unit player is going to pay $42. Throw in $3. Press it up, 1 unit. Then they can throw in $6 to get paid 50 for 1. Press it up, 1 unit. There we go. Power press and then collect. So they throw in the $6 to bring themselves up to 150. Then they collect. Now the 10. The 10 is going to roll 1 additional time under this scenario. Next time around, it'll roll twice. So this is a $12 vig. I think we've covered that in the past. Look at 15 change there. I'm paying the vig. And it's going to pay 500. They're going to go all the way up. Mid-press player. Mid-press player, throw in their $2 vig, go up to 100, collect the rest. Press 1 unit player can throw in the $6, $1 for the vig, and 5 for the press. And the power press and collect player. The power press and collect player. This would pay 180, 175 if you take the vig out. So we'll do 200 for a quarter, because we already know that they are going to 250. They will collect the rest. And there we go. That's the performance after 45 rolls without a 7, which is an hour roll, give or take, anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour and 10. Let's see how these all stack up. Clean it up first, and then we'll see how it all stacks up. Alrighty, so after 45 rolls without a 7, the player that is doing a power press and then collect has now taken a pretty commanding lead over the other 2 strategies that were pretty close to it through the first set. They have $2,016 sitting in their rail with a $100 initial bankroll. Plus, they have a pretty decent amount on the table. The player that is pressing 1 unit at a time has $1,099 sitting in their bankroll. Not bad after starting with $100 and only pressing it 1 unit. This is so underrated as a strategy. It's really surprising. The mid-press player has $1,388. So now the mid-press player is starting to shine a little bit and has finally passed the press 1 unit player. But again, all 3 of these strategies are pretty close, especially these 2, pretty close. They start to shine in the longer rolls. The more aggressive strategies start to shine the longer the roll goes. Speaking of which, let's look at the power press player. The power press player has actually hit table max on 3 different numbers and collected once. They have $4,567 sitting in front of them. This is, again, approximately a 40-minute to an hour and 5-minute roll. Hour 5, hour 10. So let's go ahead and wrap it up with the final 15 rolls to bring it to 60 rolls without a 7. About an hour and a half or longer roll in this case, because remember, the world record roll was averaged out to about 50 rolls per hour and a half. So let's take a look. I do want to say, by the way, that I personally, as a player, have not managed to ever catch an hour and a half or longer roll. I have caught about an hour and 5 minute roll. So I have caught about a 40 to 45 rolls without a 7 roll. And as a single man, I played the power press. As a married man, I played the mid press. Have to be pulling back a little bit every so often, and can't blow the entire wad in 10 minutes, so the wife won't let me. So here we go. Let's take a look at this final 15 rolls. So now the 4 and the 10, just to make things even on their rolls, are going to roll. Let me take a look at my notes. Going to roll 1 more time and 2 more times, and that brings everything up to even. So one more time over here. It's a $100 vig. $100 vig. Let's throw in 5 or 4 so they can receive their 4 yellows, and then we're going to switch it out right away. There we go. Because they are at table max. Table max, so they can't press anything beyond this. As far as what I would do if I was already at table max, so that's a whole different subject that we'll save for another video. Now we get to the mid presser. So the mid presser will throw in the $10 for their vig and go up to 300. Press 1 unit player. Press 1 unit player, it's going to get paid 70 for $2. Let's do it this way. They can get paid their 75 for a $7 throw in, and then they can press it up 1 unit. And the power press, collect, power press, collect. They're in a collection phase right here. They can throw in their $12 to collect the 500. 5 and 9. 5 and 9 are going to roll twice each. 1,500 is going to pay 2,200, and they go to table max. Table max. The first hit, which means that the second hit, they're already at table max. There's nothing they can do except collect the $2,800. Okay, mid-press player. Mid-press player is going to get paid 200 for a quarter, and they're going to go to 200. The second hit, they're going to get paid 280, and they're going to go to 3. They may also go to 250, but most of them are going to go to 3 here because they're collecting almost $200. The press 1 unit player is getting paid $56 here. Press it up 1 unit. Then the next time around, they're getting paid $63. And they press it up 1 unit again. And the power press and collect, power press and collect, this first one, they are going to power press. So they get paid 200 for a quarter. And they'll go to 3. And they will collect the other quarter. Then the next hit, they're going to collect it. So, let's see, we're low on blacks here. Got so many on the table. So they're going to get paid $420. Now let's look at the 6. So the 6 is going to roll 2 more times, whereas the 8 is going to roll 3 more times. So 2 more times on the 6. Which means this player is going to get paid $2,800 twice. I'm not going to cut it out over and over again. So that means they're going to get paid $5,600. Throw in 400 so they can just collect 6,000. Make it nice and easy. Mid-press player. Mid-press player here, This pays $350. Oops, $350. They're going to collect $200, and they're going to go to $450. Next, it pays $5 1/4. They're going to go to $6. Press 1 unit player. This is where these bets start to get kind of irritating. It's going to get paid $70. They're going to throw in a buck to go to 66. 66 pays 77. They're going to throw in 5. So that goes 72. They are done. Now the power press and then collect, power press and then collect. They're in a power press situation right here. So you can get paid $250 for 5. Go to 300. Collect the rest. And then the next one is going to be a collect. They're going to get paid $350. And let's go ahead and make this easy. So collected $350 there. Alrighty. So now let's look at the 8. So the 8 is going to roll 3 more times. 3 more times. That means they're going to get paid $2,800 3 times. So $5,600, $8,400. $8,400. Do $10,400 here. The mid-press player. The mid-press player will get paid $250 for 5. Go to 300. So 300 pays 450 or 350. They're going to go to 450. Collect the rest. 450 pays 5 1/4. They go to 600. Collect the rest. And then up here. Nice and clean there. So now we are at the press 1 unit player. Press 1 unit player is going to get paid $63. We'll do 65 for 2. Easy. They're going to go up to 60. 60 is going to pay 70. Throw in $1. They go to 66. They collect the rest. 66 is going to pay 77. Throw in a red, press their bet up, there we go, they're at 72. Now the power press then collect player, they're in a collection phase right here. So they throw in the $5 to collect their $250. The next time around, they throw in their $250 to, did I mid-press them or power press them? Oh, I made a mistake earlier on. I should have power pressed them. So unfortunately, I messed up there. Not too sure exactly what I did. So we'll bring them up to 450 here. Yeah, they shouldn't have been at 210. They were in a power press situation. They would have gone up to 300. So I made a mistake in there. So this player would have collected a couple hundred more than is going to be shown. That's my fault. And then the next one, they would collect. All right, so once I tally it all up, just add a few hundred to it. And we go to the 9. 9 is going to roll 2 more times. 2 more times. So this is going to pay $2,200. They go to 2,000. The next time around, it's going to pay $2,800. So $2,200. $5,000 chip. Mid-press player. Mid-press player is going to get paid $200 for 1/4. Go to 200. Then it's going to get paid $280. go to 350. Definitely made another error here somewhere. These should be the same. So again, kind of losing track. It's difficult with four strategies. I apologize, guys, but it doesn't really affect too much as far as we're talking $100, $200, just like with the power press and collect player, whatever error I made there. So let's look at the press 1 unit player. So it's going to pay 56. Press it up. And it's going to pay 63. Let's just make it 75 here. And throw in. And the power press and then collect, power press and then collect. They're in a power press situation here. So they're going to go all the way up to 300, collect that green. Then the next time around, they're going to collect the 420. We grab $80 out of here and just give them a $500 chip. And now we move on to the final number, the 10, that it's going to roll two more times. So we're at 750 here, which means they have a $37 VIG to get paid $1,500. They're at table max and collecting the rest. This is going to be a $50 VIG, the second hit, $50 VIG. It's going to pay them $4,000. Throw in $1,000 to get paid another $5,000. Mid-press player throws in $5, collects a black, presses a black. Second hit, throws in $10, goes to $3, collects the rest. Press 1 unit player throws in $2 to get the 60, collects 55. Then they throw in $2, plus the 5, so they collect 75 and press themselves up 1 unit. And the power press and collect, they're in a power press situation right here. So a $12 VIG to bring themselves up to 750. And then they are in a collection phase. So they can throw in the 13 change here. To collect $1,500. And that completes the statistical likelihoods on an hour-and-a-half plus roll. Basically 60 rolls without a 7. 60 rolls, no 7. Let's just clean all this up so I can get a good understanding of how they did. And okay. All right, so we're looking at an hour-and-a-half plus roll, somewhere right around that range. And let's work our way, let's go low to high. So the mid-press player actually performed the worst. Mid-press player, the press 1 unit player has now performed the worst. The bets ramping up, the more aggressive players start to really shine the longer the roll goes. So the press 1 unit player has performed the worst at this point. However, by worst, that means they only have $1,973 in front of them. That's pretty darn good. Not too shabby. The mid-press player performed the second worst. They have $3,878 sitting in front of them. The player that does the power press and then collect, where they collect every other and power press the in-betweens, is sitting on $6,120. And the player that is power pressing, the actual power presser, the true power presser, has $35,630 in front of them. So there you guys have it. There is the comparisons. I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on t-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love the help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.